Now let's talk about making some money. This is always fun, right? You have your website, your email list where you're going to tell people about how they can work with you, and then they want to work with you. And what do? You have to be able to have them pay you. This is important. So I want you to be set up from the very beginning to take payments online. Even if you don't have an online course, even if you don't have a membership, even if you don't have something that would be traditionally something people would pay for with a credit card on your website, I want you to be set up for taking payments because it will make your life so much easier. Even your one-on-one clients, if they can pay you in a streamlined checkout page, that is going to save you so much time in the future in your practice. So want to make sure that you're set up. Here is what you need to know about collecting payments online. No matter what website platform you use, you will probably have an integrated checkout option. Most platforms have those as far as I know these days. Some are better than others, and there's a few considerations that you need to know about. If you have a website on WordPress, however, and you probably already know this, you need to have separate plugins installed for taking payments. We've already talked about this. WordPress is pretty hard. Hopefully you're not using WordPress at this point, unless you're a web designer and you already have this all figured out, in which case go you. So typically in the United States and Canada, which is where I operate the most, Stripe and PayPal are the most common payment processors, which means those are the third parties that you will set up your business accounts with Stripe and PayPal. And then those business accounts will integrate with your website platform so that you can take payments directly from your website. Seems like a cumbersome process, which is why a lot of people don't take the time to do this. But I promise you, an hour of your time now is going to save you so many hours later and have such a more professional experience for your clients that it is time very well spent. It will also help you in all of your accounting later on down the road. So you want to set up your PayPal and your Stripe business accounts and then hook them up to your website platform. There are fees involved that we should talk about for a second. This is not the fun part, but hey, like we said, if you can have an entire virtual storefront and business for just a couple $100 a month, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Unlimited income potential for us, which is amazing, and it just costs a couple $100 in overhead a month. One of the fees that you are going to run up against is processing fees on Stripe and PayPal, which at the time I'm recording this video is 3%. That is seemingly pretty standard. I haven't found any way to get around this 3% fee. It just is what it is. And that's to have those third parties collect money and to make it a secure transaction for your clients. It's the cost of doing business. However, some website platforms also tack on an additional transaction fee percentage on top of that. And so that's what you kind of need to be aware of when you are going to be processing payments online. Another reason I love Kajabi, and this is, on top of the thousands that I could talk about all the time, is because they don't have an extra transaction fee. You just pay the Stripe and PayPal fee, but you don't have any extra fees on top. And we could go down in a whole rabbit hole of other softwares that you use and what those fees are, but those are ever changing, and they're different typically for the plans or tiers that you sign up for with those software companies. So if you are on a plan that doesn't charge very much per month, a lot of times you'll see that there is a significant transaction fee to process payments that kind of offsets those amounts. So just look at what plan you're using on whatever software it is and what it's going to cost you to process payments. Figure that in to your pricing as well, and just understand those fees. I can see very clearly that at a certain amount, I was saving a ton of money by using Kajabi and not having those extra transaction fees. That might be the case for you as well, especially if your one-on-one premium clients are going to be paying you online. Something to think about. Okay, so hey, if you need help setting this up, you are going to just Google it or hit YouTube. There's lots of tutorials depending on what software you use for doing just one-time setup to integrate your website platform with your Stripe and or PayPal accounts so that it's all set up one time, you're good to go, and you can get paid.